What's going on, everyone? How are you guys doing out there? I'm not in the best of moods. It's probably obvious why. You see the banner background and thumbnail. There is no intro music for today. We are just going to jump right on in. But before we get started to talk about the latest news in entertainment, let me know how I am looking. Let me know how I'm sounding. Let me know if I am Chris. Please, please, please let me know if I am clear. I would really, really appreciate it. And what's funny is I have been waiting for this news just like everybody else. I wanted to jump on live, give my thoughts, my views, my commentary. And I forgot that. I mean, I was thinking about it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But Monday came around, and like last week, I was like, okay, yeah, Monday is coming. We're going to get the Jonathan Majors verdict. And I just kind of forgot about it. I was just doing my normal day at home, working from home in the same exact seat. And then I saw all of these notifications just popped up. Jonathan Majors was found guilty. And I was upset. I was upset, like Darth Vader in episode 3. I mean, that's how I honestly feel right now. This is so, so disappointing. But before I go on, let me preface this. And I have been kind of going back and forth with some people in my personal life all morning and all afternoon. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, I have always had the position to where, like, hey, if Jonathan Majors is guilty, he's guilty. If it's been proven, if all of the evidence, all of the facts have been put out there, and we can all universally say that it was a fair trial and it's obvious that he is an abuser, that he did hit, assault his ex-girlfriend Jabbar, then hey, he has to pay the price. And with them, I was just like, okay, hey guys, let's just not jump to any conclusions. Let's wait till all of the evidence is presented in court, presented in trial, and then we can make our final decisions. But they kind of had the mindset like, no, he's guilty, he did it, he's gonna have to own it. I'm like, wait, what are you basing this off on? And so yeah, that's where we're at now. And I'll continue on that just in a little bit. But I see that we have 84 people watching right now. Hopefully we do have 84 thumbs up. I want to shout out Antonio Armstrong. What's going on? This is disappointing. Shaking my head. I agree. Lamont Music, yet Disney Marvel hired both Josh Brolin and Jeremy Renner while fully knowing their domestic violence history. We're going to talk about that as well. Lisa Starr, what's going on? Mega Puff Girl, hey, what's going on, Jay? Wow, this is sad. I know it is. I'm salty, B. I'm not mad at you, Brill. It's been a minute. How you doing? Thank you for being here. I love the picture, Rodney Rose. Time to call John Boyega and give him a contract now. We're going to talk about that. Hey, what's going on, Jay? How you doing? Miss Harper is in the building. Please, please, please protect the chat, Miss Harper. Moderator, thank you so much for being here. What's going on, Grape Shot? They have been wanting to do that anyway, but I guess in this country, if you run from an aggressive woman, they're still going to find you guilty or something. Thank you for being here. Crisp and clear, thank you so much. We got Charles Irby, I'm perplexed how he was found guilty. Zen Master, what would Uncle Ruckus say? Let us know. I'm not too sure, but thank you for being here. The Riddler, I think it's been a super minute since I've seen you. It's still Team Majors over here. I love it. I can hear you good. Thank you. Thank you. Shaking my head. All right. Yes. Divine existent peace. You're good. Thank you. My father's son, what's going on? And I will, and thank you all for being here. I do really, really appreciate it. But guys, the verdict is out, man. Jonathan Majors was found guilty. Also, Marvel's dropped him. And of course, we're going to be talking about what's going to happen next. At this point in time, I personally still don't feel like there is enough evidence to prove that Jonathan Majors was guilty or that he abused Jabbar, that he's an abuser. Okay. I never saw any footage of actually what happened in the taxi car. I kind of thought that the driver saw what happened from beginning to end. But when he was up on the stand, he was paying attention to the road, apparently like he was supposed to. And he stated that he thinks that the Jabari, the ex-girlfriend, was the aggressor, but it just wasn't as cut and clear as Jonathan Majors fans or I guess people that just wanted justice, a fair trial, thought. So that's unfortunate. Still, I mean, so I don't know, but what has been presented to the general public, what has been released in court and put out there for our consumption, I still don't feel like there was enough evidence for a conviction of being guilty. That is just where I stand. Again, I don't support abusers in any way, shape, or form. I just, again, don't think that enough has been presented with that. And so, a couple of days ago, we got the footage of him running away. And domestic violence, domestic abuse. I mean, and the reason why I'm prefacing this as well is because we know that when victims are in these type of situations, they can stay with an abuser for fear of their life. So I'm not trying to excuse that or make light of the situation, but I still think that it's a fair question to ask, to where I don't know if Jabari was injured or not injured, if she was abused. I don't understand how she can chase this man for a number of blocks throughout New York City. Since this news has dropped, I have been listening to nothing but podcasts and different videos on YouTube with opposing views. Some opposing views in the same video. I don't want to drop those, YouTubers' names, but this scene right here in particular. One of the gentlemen was a Hispanic man and one was a white man, and I say that because in that commentary, a lot of people will say, "Hey, I wish there was somebody black that could give commentary as well." But just this particular scene right here, one gentleman was like, "Hey, it looks like Jonathan Majors is the aggressor." When the next person came up and gave their 2 cents, they was like, "No, it looks like she was the aggressor." And so, I mean, that you're going to interpret things different. Me, it appears that Jonathan Majors was trying to get away. He didn't want to be a part of any of this. He was trying to de-escalate. He didn't want to escalate, and I'm not here trying to beat up anybody or start fights, whether you agree or disagree with me. I just don't have the energy for that. No matter what I say, people are still going to feel the way they feel, and you are entitled to that. But I just think it's a fair question, to where either this man is trying to get away, and if he's abusing her, why is she chasing him? That I don't understand that. People can argue that, well, hey, where did the abuses come from? I thought it was, some good evidence put out from the locksmith that came in, or I forget. I can't remember all of the details from the case, but oh no, those injuries were from her passing out drunk, falling over in the closet where Jonathan Majors and the locksmith found her the remaining morning. And then there was so much video and footage of her out and at the club having a good time, and there didn't appear to be any injuries during that time. And so I'm disappointed, man. I am disappointed. I really thought that it was enough evidence to where there was going to be like, hey, Jonathan Majors is innocent. We don't find him guilty. We find that Jabari was the aggressor. And I just didn't expect this. I was pretty confident about it. But that's not the case. And so I have this article right here from the Hollywood Reporter, and I just want to read a little bit of it and also pull up some quotes. But Jonathan Majors found guilty of assault harassment. The verdict was reached Monday by a six-person jury after over 4 hours of deliberation spread across 3 days. The actor is set to be sentenced on February 6th. And everybody is going to be waiting for that for sure. Is he going to be going to jail for a year or not? Can't wait to find out. A New York jury found Marvel actor Jonathan Majors guilty of reckless assault in the third degree and guilty of harassment. The verdict was reached by a six-person jury after roughly over 4 hours of deliberation spread across 3 days. Majors, wearing a gray suit and black dress shirt and tie, stood with his attorneys as the verdict was read. Family members and his girlfriend Megan Good behind him. Sentencing is February 6th. The charge is a misdemeanor, and a violation carry a sentence to up to 1 year in prison. Of two other charges, he was found not guilty of intentional assault in the third degree and not guilty of aggravated assault in second degree. So this keyword right here is intentional. And so, okay, are they charging him for assault and harassment by accident? I guess if you do harm somebody by accident, that can be looked at a certain way. It's not on purpose. I mean, this is not manslaughter. Nobody died, but I mean, even if you do break somebody's leg because, you fell whatever reason, whether it was an accident on purpose. I mean, no, those details matter. You know what I'm saying? And so, what do you guys think of that so far? A six-person jury. In a statement after the verdict, let me go ahead and make this bigger like this. Give me one quick second. But in a statement after the verdict, the actor's attorney Priya Chaudhry said Majors looks forward to fully clearing his name, implying he may appeal. I hope he does. She continued, Majors is grateful to God, his family, his friends, and his fans for their love and support during these harrowing 8 months. And it really does seem like they drew this the hell out. Man, this just really sucks. Donkey balls. I am not happy about this. Um, Majors was dropped from Marvel, and we're going to be talking about that. But in a total, Majors faced 4 charges of assault, aggravated harassment, and harassment after he called 911 on March 25th when he said he found his ex-partner, Grace Jabari, unconscious in their apartment. Police arrested Majors after finding apparent injuries, including a laceration behind her ear and a bruised, fractured finger. Majors pleaded guilty to all charges. Again, I'm going to reiterate it, man. Like, the footage came out of her partying after this alleged incident. So, of course, it was being considered, but it doesn't seem like it, you know? Man, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I have another. That was a quote from the defense from his lawyer. Here's another. This is in a statement after the verdict. Ross Kramer, an attorney for Jabari, said they hope the guilty verdict inspires other victims of assault. We are gratified to see justice served by today's guilty verdict, the statement read. Ms. Jabari testified publicly and truthfully, even though living these traumatic events on the witness stand was obviously painful. We are grateful to the jurors and the judge for their attention and patience, and the Manhattan District Attorney's Office for their hard work and support. This is a shame. And of course, guys, I'm going to be reading you your comments here in a second. And so bear with me here. Oh, that's the wrong tab right there. But of course, I mean the comments are filling up pretty fast. I can't wait to I can't pull all of them up, but I can't wait to see what everyone has to say about this. I have let me take this down real quick because I have too many pictures up and it won't let me load up any more images. But I have this last quote right here that I do want to read. Miss Javari's resolve to see this case through to the end demonstrates her tremendous strength and resilience. Unfortunately, for every survivor like Miss Jabari who comes forward to hold their abuser accountable, there are many others who believe that they cannot. We hope that her actions will inspire other survivors to speak their truth and to seek justice, Kramer's statement added. I agree with half of that in the sense that, okay, yes, if you are in a domestic abuse, domestic violence situation, please speak up. Please reach out. There are people that will help and protect you. Okay. Nobody deserves to be abused in any way, shape, or form. I'm just not 100% that's the case here in this particular incident. And it really sucks, man. This whole, and I've been talking to people about this all day. And some people are like, you know what? It's not a big deal as it may seem. He's going to bounce back in 6 months. He shouldn't have to at all, but I hope that's the case. Hopefully, well, you really can't say that because Marvel fired him. So it's I don't know. I'm flustered, man. I really am flustered. You know. Now, if it was a clear, if it was obvious that he was slapping and punching her in the face, okay, F majors. But that's not where we're at. I want to shout out Mr. Lamont Tyson. Thank you so much, man. $50 super chat, bro. Great content, family. And you know where to put this right on. Let's grow. I sure do, sir. I sure do. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate it. I was having some trouble with it, but I'm gonna hit up the support and figure it out. But thank you, man. I really do appreciate the super chat, man. Can't wait for our next video. Also, the Riddler, what's going on? $5. Thank you so much. This is why Black people need to rethink living in New York City. Black male celebrities catch hell in New York City. That may sound kind of weird to some people, but man, you gotta watch where you reside. I don't know too much about New York City myself, and apparently the Riddler does, but there are some areas of the country of the world that are a bit more prejudiced than others. And so, that cannot be ignored. But thank you so much for the super chat, Lamont and the Riddler. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Yeah, this is awful. But like I was saying, man, if you are a part of a domestic violence situation, seek help, man. You shouldn't have to be in that, and that's just not fair. And so easier said than done. Yes, I know, like, oh my gosh, if I leave, this person is going to harm me. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. I get it. Easier said than done. What's going on, Sonny Peach, another moderator? The only thing I really feel that Jonathan Majors is found guilty of is, me personally, dating a white woman. Now, you love who you love. If you're a black person, man or woman, and the love of you feel the love of your life is, a white person, hey, do what you want to do. But there are consequences to that decision. There is, because if anything were to happen that's nefarious, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. You're just not. And that could be the case here. It could be the case. Or in any case, when there's an interracial relationship. I mean, I just know that from my experience growing up, and history tells us that, and so, I mean, Jonathan Majors, you got the pick of the litter, man. Women really find you attractive. You can dang near have pretty much any woman you want. And hey, man, if Jabari knocks your rocks off, she knocks your rocks off. But like I said, there's consequences to that. To where if something like this happens, the black person is not going to get the benefit of the doubt. The white person always is. And so that's just an extra hurdle that you have to go over. If you feel you're strong enough to do that, then do it. Okay. I'm not here to tell anybody how to live their life, but this should be a lesson, to all. And it's sad. We should be able to marry and be with and procreate with whoever we want, whether they're white, red, yellow, black, brown, or purple. But that's just not the reality of life that we live in. That's just not a feeling. That's just decades or hundreds of years of history right there. And so some people learned that lesson a long time ago. Some people haven't. And, it seems like Jonathan Majors is a victim of this. I've heard some other commentary that it looked bad it was bad PR of him trying to break up that fake fight of the two girls in school. That did look extremely silly. Somebody was saying that, he hired his lawyer, from the draw out of a Cracker Jack box and, this and that. However you feel about that, that's you. And let's talk about the text messages that were released that were not a part of this case that took place September of 2022. Did those text messages look bad? Yes, 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 they did look horrible. First, it is a separate issue, but even if you wanted to combine it in this, in my opinion, that's what the name of the channel is, that does not prove that he was the one that gave her the injury. It could have been, when I had Lucas on the week before last, it could have been a dog. They could have been moving furniture and a bookshelf fell on their head. They could have been having hard, passionate sex in the bed and it broke. My bed broke the other day, 2 weeks ago, when I was trying to put it together. I had to take it apart to put it together. When I was trying to put it together, the headboard fell and hit me in the back of the head. If I was living with somebody and we was together and the roles were, she was working on the bed, we had to go to, how would it look? My point is that that injury could have happened from anything. He could have hit her, but we don't know. We don't know, and so that's just my argument on that, man. Oh man, thank you. Get the likes up. Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, rest in peace, my sister. Rest in peace. If you're looking for solutions, she's one person that you can see, that can help you out. The Crest theory of color confrontation. I love it, man. I remember when I read her book, The ISIS Papers. Book intimidated me when I first came across it, but I read it and I was like, oh my gosh, but I'll stop there. You funny lady hotel wasn't even a fine snow bunny. Yeah, man, this is I'm seeing a whole bunch of OGs that I ain't seen in a minute. Y'all don't be showing up for the movie news roundup. What's going on, man? I'm teasing, but I'm serious at the same time. No, I'm glad to see. I ain't seen some of y'all in years, man. So this is flattering right here. Let's get those thumbs up, man. But yeah, so it was 2 out of the 4 charges. He was found innocent on 2 and guilty on another 2. But another thing that we all was waiting to see is what was going to happen with his career in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This man was part of one of the largest franchises of all time as Victor Timely, He Who Remains, and he's not gonna, he's not gonna remain anymore. Y'all know him right here. This right here is comicbook.com. Jonathan Majors dropped by Marvel Studios following the assault verdict. Majors will no longer play the MCU's Kang the Conqueror, man. I'm upset. I'm upset. Marvel Studios is officially parting ways with Kang the Conqueror actor Jonathan Majors after news of his conviction and his recent criminal trial. The news was broken mere hours after a Manhattan jury found Majors guilty on both harassment and reckless assault. I don't want to read the whole thing over again. I just did. But sentencing is set to take place February 6th of 2024. Is Marvel making the right decision or are they jumping the gun? Now, if you want to look for some type of consistency with Disney, I don't want to say Marvel. And actually, this is look at what this is worded. Marvel Studios dropped him. Is it really Marvel Studios that dropped him, or is it Disney? When I say look for consistency, is I remember when James Gunn, all of those disgusting, ridiculous tweets that he made many, many years ago, when that hit the surface again, Alan Horn, the person that was over all of the movie productions at Disney, fired him. And he was a white man. And so you can use that argument to say, well, it's not racial, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But everybody's been commenting. What about Josh Brolin? What about Jeremy Renner? What about Ezra Miller? What about Robert Downey Jr.? Now, just to shut the Ezra Miller thing down, Ezra Miller does not have a current role in any franchise. Okay. The Flash movie was already shot before all of his craziness came out. So that's that. I probably could have researched this a little bit more. I was trying to work and get ready for the show at the same time, so I couldn't pull every article. But I, at this time, don't know if Robert Downey Jr. was actually convicted of anything. Maybe somebody can help me out in the chat. And also Josh Brolin had some mess going on in his life, and also Jeremy Renner, or at least accused of. And so I'm really flustered right here, man, because I really wanted this dude to win and just fulfill his full potential as being possibly one of the best actors in the game. It is unclear at this point if Major's role of Kang the Conqueror, as well as his subsequent variants from across the multiverse, will be recast or if Marvel Studios will pivot away from the character entirely. Previous reports have indicated that the studio is looking to pivot away from the character and towards another Marvel Comics villain such as Doctor Doom. In the wake of the arrest, Majors was previously expected to reprise his role in the upcoming fifth Avengers movie, initially titled Avengers the Kang Dynasty, as well as 2027 Secret Wars. As was confirmed on Monday, Marvel Studios is still moving forward with Avengers 5 in some capacity, with Michael Waldron tapped to write the latest iteration of the script. Majors has appeared in the MCU twice this year as Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and as Victor Timely and He Who Remains in the sophomore season of Loki, both which were filmed prior to his arrest. I know as much as you do at the moment, Loki producer Kevin Wright previously told Variety of Major's on-screen future. It felt hasty to do anything without knowing how all of this plays out. Now, I will give Marvel and or Disney credit because they did not say a word. They did not say a peep this whole 8-9 months that we were waiting. I think it's very professional of them to be like, look, we're not just going to jump to the conclusions, cancel this man, throw this man under the bus. We're going to wait to see what happens. I mean, can I blame them? Not really. I understand their position. I still don't like it, though. I don't. It would have been, it's a pipe dream, but, for me to be like, oh, man, for them to be like, you know what, we don't care what the verdict says. We love Jonathan Majors. We're going to stick with them. Rah! That's a whole pie in the sky thing. So it sucks. It really does. And so I'm going to start pulling up a bit more of you guys' comments right here because I'm not going to be here for long. Corey Washington need Black Hollywood to step up. Yep. That jungle fever. Okay. Hey, let's keep you can give your commentary if you disagree, but let's not be rude. Okay, let's see here. Some people are saying boycott. I got these super chats right here. Fabric 86. Thanks for $2 super chat. Must see The Last Black Man in San Francisco. Yes. I haven't seen it, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. Thank you for the super chat. Jay the Informant, $2 super chat. Shameful. Look at what the Flash took in. Yeah, and a good thing about that, it didn't make any money. So, that studio can just be like, hey, we don't want to bring Ezra Miller back because the movie's tanked and it sucked. But man, this is awful, man. This is awful. I am really disappointed. So let me ask y'all this, man. How do y'all think Marvel Studios should proceed going forward in the MCU? Do you think that they should ignore the verdict and keep Kang and be like, we standing by him? That's our guy, that's our man. We saw some footage too, and we just don't feel like he's did what he is accused of. So do you think that they should keep Majors? Do you think they should recast Majors, or do you think that they should just pivot away from Kang, period, and do Doctor Doom or any other property, or delay? Didier Fluorism, I'm sorry, Fluorism, I can't do it. $5 super chat, thank you. Marvel says Disney stuck with Majors longer than I expected. This is true. Everyone else was dropping him just from the allegations. I will give Marvel credit there. What would have been nice though is if we got more quotes, from Marvel on their decision during this whole thing. That's what I want to know. And that even doing what I'm doing, with my channel, you should always want that anyway. But now I really want to know, super duper want to know, like, hey, who quoted this? I don't want to just take somebody's word for it. Disney, what's up, Kev? About to drop Marvel and pivot to Barbie movies after the consequences of this. Right on. Do what they want because I'm done with it after Deadpool 3. I got you. Okay. And you can do whatever you want to do. If you don't want to support Marvel Disney no more, look, I am not here to say you are right or wrong. Everybody has the right to do what they want. Yes, keep Majors. Okay. And Zen Master says delay it. Yeah, because he still could go to prison for a year. or not. JoJo with the jokes. Let's see here. Keep him, let him take. I don't know what that means. Um, let's see here. It's over for him. This is getting me disinterested in Marvel for brain draining great talent. Tamika says they can recast, definitely keep him. He brought that role to life. Even if, okay, all the recast people, who would you like to see recasted as Majors if that's the decision that they make? They will recast Majors. Um, the biggest takeaway from many of y'all confused is that Jonathan was accused of abusive behavior by a film crew he worked with. And so that was picking up steam. Y'all saying this all to get him? Interesting take. Christian Bale was accused of the same thing, you know? So that's quite interesting right there. Thank you, Sonny Peach. Hit them likes, hit them likes. I appreciate it. I disagree with that comment wholeheartedly. Let's see here. And I don't want to just pull comments up because somebody could be dropping F-bombs and stuff, and I'm trying to keep it clean. Jay the Informant wasn't Amber Turd in the Aquaman after the trial. Well, apparently they've I'm seeing the film on Wednesday. They cut a lot of her stuff out of the movie from what I've heard. So um whether that's because her role was bad or good, I don't know. But she's not going to be in the film that much, you know. So let's see here. Wait a minute. I get notification saying that something is blocked. Okay, y'all let me know if something is blocked. Jojo, come on now. You tripping with these comments. Baby Tashiro. This is a mess, but I don't blame Marvel Studios. And he scored a win with Miss Megan Good. Right on. Right on. Blade hopefully can save Marvel. I appreciate you, Lawrence. Pretty B says Scrap Cane. Okay. Yeah, shout out to you. Wait, that's the wrong comment. Shout out to you. They already fired Majors. Zen Master, come on. Yeah, let's be for real with these comments now. Y'all being a little silly. Jalen, honestly, I don't know how I feel today, whether to be pissed or just numb. Yeah, man, it's oh man, I'm here with you. I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated. I just am, you know. I would have had no problem being like, okay, hey, Jonathan Majors is an abuser, he's an aggressor, he's violent, he's dangerous. If and but I just don't feel like the prosecution made it a good enough case to suggest that. That's from what was released. So that's why I'm in. And again, I want to talk about the audio, the Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama. I personally do not have any problem with what he said. I mean, some people feel that way, some people don't. I'm just like, wait a minute. So in all of your relationships, you never had an argument with somebody? You've never raised your voice? It's not like he was like, you dumb mother effer, bitch, dumb bra, you ain't shit, da 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 da. Now, if he was doing something like that, okay. And again, I'm not saying that Jonathan Majors is a perfect little angel, okay? But it was a toxic relationship. I think they both need mental help. They both have mental health issues because apparently both of them were threatening suicide, and that's very, very serious. So again, if you wanted to blame Jonathan Majors for something, okay, you can't just be like, hey, if you don't do this or you don't do that, I'm gonna take my life. That is bad. I am saying it right here, right now, live. Okay, I can admit that. That's bad. That's not cool. Get some help. Okay, you got the money. But the audio, man, I don't see anything wrong with it. An argument. And what was he arguing about? Okay, hey babe, I represent you, you represent me. So can you please not be a sloppy drunk and make me look bad because my name is on billboards or whatever? Some people, oh my God, he's arrogant, he's a narcissist. I mean, what the hell? Why you are a Hollywood star? Why wouldn't you want to be presented as and looked at in a good light? I don't look. I mean, you can feel how you want to feel, but I don't understand how some people had a problem with that audio. I don't. And so you got the audio. I don't have a problem with the text message from September 2022 doesn't prove that he was the abuser. He's running away from her in the video. She's chasing him. I'm not saying that she could harm him. Like, I'm not saying that he was running away from her because he was afraid of his life. He just was like, look, woman, I'm trying to sit you down in this car. You tripping, you screaming, trying to get the phone. You doing it. I don't want to be, I don't want to be accused. I'm getting away. I'm getting away. That's how I interpreted it. Some other people interpret it different. And then these injuries, we have video of her with no injuries, but then she's found the next morning with a witness, the locksmith, passed out drunk, hit her head or something on the doorknob. So I mean, okay, so he should be guilty of mental health issues, threatening to kill himself, and being mean to people on set, and maybe raising his voice. Am I missing anything? I don't know. I don't think I am, man. I don't think I am. Um, Forrest McCloud, he needs to appeal immediately. I Excuse me. I definitely do agree with that right there, man. I definitely do agree with that right there. So, y'all, I just wanted to jump on here real quick to give my 2 cents. I'm about to hop off. I have some shows to catch up on and some shows to watch, so I can give you guys reviews and reactions and lives. But we got 416 people watching right now. That is a wonderful thing. Do me a favor, please. Every Sunday, 6:30, 7 p.m. CST, I have a movie news roundup on my show. I talk about all of the latest movie news, whether it's movies or television. Sometimes it's by myself, sometimes I have guests. If you're here tonight, I would love for you to come through on a Sunday and join me live, or you can check out the replay. Every Saturday, I have another live show called Super Duper, where I talk about nothing but superhero comic book stuff. If you are joining me today, I would love for you to be a part of that as well. I really, really appreciate it. You can also check out my Wonk review, Rap Shit, Power Book 3, and some trailer reactions as well. I'm gonna give a shout out to my homie E-Man with E-Man's movie reviews. He's about to go live within the next 60 seconds. And so you guys can check that out. Give him a thumbs up as well. As you see, he has a lot of people waiting. And so I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic to him. But hopefully Majors can appeal this and win. And hopefully when the sentencing comes February 6th of 2024, um, you know, he won't go to jail. Deontay, what's good? They just had domestic dispute like we all have had before. She was literally chasing after him. 100%, 100%. Well, guys, again, I just want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's just my opinion. Peace out, and I'll see you next time.